Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather.
Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, a Megami Tensei Podcast, Season 2, Podcast Tendency. My name is Rasen.
I'm Katsu.
And we are Megami Tensei nerds. So,
yes.
Hello for everyone.
We're really dark and edgy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
Yep. And we complain about things that aren't dark and edgy.
Yeah, that's the only reason we have this podcast. So, this is Season 2. What we're going to try doing with this is making it a little more accessible. Sometimes when you have something that's a weekly series, a little hard to jump onto. So I thought we would start a little bit from scratch, just make this a jumping on point for anyone. So for any of our longtime listeners, if for some reason there's someone you really wanted to get into COS, but you never did, now's your chance. So brief description of us. We're both MegaTen nerds that really like the series. So one summer morning, and by summer morning I mean like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think, we decided to record a podcast, and people liked it, so we kept doing it. So yeah, here we are now.
Yeah.
7 months later. So the first half of the show we talk about whatever, usually horrible crap, and we make jokes. Usually news, stuff going on in the fan base, related stuff like that,
etc. and so forth.
Mm-hmm. And then the second half of the show, we answer listener questions that are emailed in at our Gmail account. That is cathedralofshadows@gmail.com. And then generally, you can get a hold of me or Katsu on our Twitter accounts. We have a subreddit, so we're going to link to all that below. One thing that I guess we're kind of bad about first season is that whenever we would talk about those things, we'd link them below, but we would never really have them in every episode. So what I think I'm just going to do is at the very bottom of the description for each episode from now on, I'm just going to link to all of our shit. So it's all in one convenient place.
Yeah, it'll make things easier.
Yeah. Then I guess the other thing to plug, because we're fucking shills, is we have a Let's Play side channel that actually we started a pretty big project on recently that we'll talk about a little later.
Yes.
That's called Cathedral of Gaming. Me and Katsu are on it, and we have friends, and I'll link to that below too.
Yeah, I know. It's surprising we have friends.
Yeah. Actually, you're not even on it yet. We need to fix that soon. So hopefully that gets going. But yeah, I guess we should get right into the news. So I guess we could say there's a lot of stuff that can happen in 2 weeks when you're not talking about it. Hey Katsu, remember that one time we literally stopped doing podcasts and then a fucking Megami Tensei game came out that we didn't know about before? Because that happened. So yeah. Guess the big thing. Devil Summoner 1, Raidou Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army is now out on PSN. It's like $10. Go get it.
Yeah, go get it. Support the release of MegaTen games on PSN.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people are probably going to be concerned because, like, a few episodes ago, I think we both we talked about the game and we didn't really, we were kind of critical of it. But for $10, that game for $10 is a steal. You should go buy it.
Yeah, it is. Especially on how rare it was.
Oh yeah, like it's only a few years back and it was $60 or more so, depending on where you're buying it from. $10 for that game is pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to buy it on PS3 just because I already have the disc. Maybe if it's on sale for like $5 one day or something, I'll go ahead and repurchase it. But for $10, that game is quite the buy. So go do that.
I'll probably buy it eventually. I'm just gotta get my priorities in order.
You need to stop playing Conception too.
Yeah.
it isn't even out yet, but you played the demos. So, um,
Yeah, it's not even out yet, and I already need to stop playing it.
God damn, stop the baby making. Oh, geez. Oh, well then I guess the other big news is that not only did Raidou come out last Tuesday, fucking Persona 4, vanilla Persona 4 is coming to PSN next
Yeah,
Tuesday. In 3 days from this recording.
3 days for this recording, Persona 4 Vanilla is coming out with your favorite original voices of Chie and Teddy for those people who couldn't adjust. And yeah, Silicon Era made an article about that, and that was so dumb. Like, why did you point that out? Do you know, like,
That's just
comment
asking for
sections?
trouble in the
Yeah,
comment section, yeah.
that's just asking for trouble.
You know, it's so weird because like the voice changes never really bothered me. Like, first of
Yeah,
all, I'd
I
say
don't really
for
care, especially since I kind of like talk to these guys on Twitter every
yeah,
once in a while.
yeah, voice actors are cool on Twitter. A lot of them just like hanging out with
Yeah,
fans and stuff. No, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, well for Teddy, I barely even noticed the change, and then for Chie, I think both actresses do a pretty fair job on the character. It's very different. They're very different from each other, but I actually liked both. I think I like Aaron a bit more, but they're both pretty good takes on the character in my opinion.
yeah, but don't try to reason with the fan base.
No, some
Yeah,
people just want to start shit at
yeah,
every opportunity. You know what? I think it's crazy though too is that like I think most people have gotten over it, or like even if they don't like it, they've accepted the changes. There's
they've
still
accepted
always
the
that one
changes, but
motherfucker.
there's some wounds. There's some wounds that are still in the process of healing. That you see articles like that, and they just open them up all over again.
There's the one guy that's like, no, I can't
Yeah,
accept this change. Oh man, it's so good. Actually, no, it's not good. It's horrible.
yeah.
So yeah, look forward to Persona 4. I think I like I said, I own the PS2 copy of that.
I have
Actually,
Persona 4 Gold, and I don't need to play vanilla Persona 4.
oh, well, I don't have a Vita, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's my own fault. But yeah, I'm literally looking at my Persona 4 copy right now. It's on my desk. Um, so I will probably get that if it goes on sale for $5 or so. Yeah, like I don't know. Uh, those it's pretty amazing that we're getting those a week apart though.
yeah. I wonder what they're releasing next week.
Well, why don't we
Well,
jump into that? Because um, we talked about this a little bit before, but so for those of you not familiar with the PlayStation 3, whenever you download a game, it goes onto your basically your home page. Your cross media bar is what it's called, and that's where you select what game to play or what application to go into on the PS3's firmware. So usually, what it is, well, actually, this is the template for or nah, I almost said Persona 2. The template for PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games that are released on PSN is it has a picture of the cover of the game, and then it has a short description about the story or the gameplay or whatever that the publisher just wants to put on there. Something a little interesting about Raidou 1 is that the
it has the
description,
description of Digital Devil Saga 1.
yeah, that plot summary was nowhere near close to what Raidou actually was at all. So, um, man, that'd be. I wonder if there's anyone that bought the game and then,
Yeah, we're sorely disappointed that it wasn't what it was.
yeah. So that was funny. Now, what I think took people a little while to grasp is that everyone's like, "Oh, that's pretty funny." It took everyone a couple hours after that to realize, wait a second, they wrote out a PSN description for Digital Devil Saga 1. That's probably coming too. So
Yeah.
expect
So
that
it's
in the
probably just
future.
gonna be Raidou 1, Digital Devil Saga 1, Raidou 2, Digital Devil Saga 2, maybe Nocturne?
Okay, so that's the thing I want to talk about. Nocturne is a very interesting case.
Yes, because it has Dante from the Devil May Cry series in it.
We're not even, yeah, like it does feature Dante from Capcom's Devil May Cry series, and usually we make fun of that point just because it's so ludicrous and marketing stuff. Haha.
Yeah.
But this might actually be an issue if that game is re-released because
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how exactly.
Atlus is gonna get the licensing.
Yeah, like I'm not sure how that legally works with like paying royalties and stuff. Like, I don't know if they need to pay Capcom to release that again, or if they just can release it whenever they want. Um,
Mhm.
so who knows with that? But I would personally, in my opinion, I'd be fine if Nocturne wasn't re-released. I would love it to be,
Yeah.
but like Nocturne is, I think, probably the cheapest and most like easily gained PlayStation 2 game. Like it's everywhere
Yeah.
online.
It's
So
everywhere online because nobody can beat it.
people get mad and sell their copies once they reach Matador. Um,
Yeah.
no, so hopefully, I would love to play that on PlayStation 3 with a little bit of because they have like the smoothing and
Yeah.
making it
The
fit the
smoothing.
widescreen. It actually looks fairly okay for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you played on an emulator or whatever, PC Master Race people are gonna yell at me and say it looks the best that way.
Yeah, it looks the best on PC with max settings.
I can't afford that. So, and also I want to support Atlus because bringing over stuff like that and continually making it accessible is awesome. Especially when
Yes.
you put it up for 10 fucking bucks. That's amazing. So, good job with that, Atlus. Please keep releasing stuff on PSN. We love you.
Alex, please.
Atlus, please. We're begging you. Hopefully Nocturne does get re-released.
Yeah.
Moving on. Well, actually, there's a few cases of some Atlus public relations shenanigans I guess we could talk about. So,
Yes.
going chronologically, for those of you who aren't aware, there is a Megami Tensei subreddit called r/MegaTen. Pretty cool place. We talked to the moderator, Brightside, or one of the moderators, from that subreddit a couple episodes ago, probably a few months ago at
Yes.
this point. He was a cool guy. A lot of fun stuff comes from there. Decent community. A lot of fun. But someone recently had asked a question on there saying, "Hey, does anyone know when Innocent Sin will be back on PSN?"
For those who don't,
Yeah,
yeah. For
explain.
those who don't know, Persona 2 Innocent Sin got taken off PSN because a hacker named Wolololo, who found a backdoor exploit that allowed you to jailbreak your Vita with a custom save file he made. And so Sony
What a
took it off
dick.
PSN. Sony took Innocent Sin off PSN, and Persona fans cried.
Yeah. From what I understand, if you bought it, you can re-download it, and if you, of course, if you have the disc, it still works and stuff. So,
Yeah.
this only affects people that want to buy it now, but I mean that's still probably a decent chunk of people that are screwed over by that, which is unfortunate. Um, but basically, out of nowhere, and I don't think anyone saw this coming, John Harden, who, for those of you who don't know, is Atlus USA, I should say. That's their PR manager, and how long has he been? Katsu, do you know how long he's
I
been in that position?
think he's been a PR manager for about a year now.
Yeah, like a year
Yeah,
or two.
he's been a PR manager around the time of SMT4's North American localization.
Oh, I thought it was a little earlier than that even, but okay, yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
that sounds
recent.
about right. But gotta hand it to him. He did a phenomenal job. He came in and then he said, "That's all on Sony," and basically what he said is, "It's all on Sony, and they need to get back to us um, about fixing this and patching it up and making sure it can't be exploited again." So that's pretty pretty crappy situation for both Atlus and Persona 2 fans.
Yes.
So hopefully Sony can get on that. Um,
Sometime soon.
one could say that hacking the Vita is an innocent sin.
Yes.
Now Atlus
And
has
our
to deal with
eternal
the eternal punishment.
yes.
Oh God, someone kill us. Anyways, so yeah, but not only did John Harden's uh, PR shenanigans on our MegaTen there, he also proceeded to post in a lot of different threads. One of them recently was he apparently named his Persona 4 main character like Master Blaster or something. Like
Why?
I think he said he was watching like Mad Max at the time, just like I don't know. So he was messing around, having a lot of fun on there. I hope he continues posting because every time I see his name, because he has a little custom title that has the Atlus logo. Every
Yeah.
time I see that, I smile a little bit, just because his responses are so funny. But uh, before any news came out about Raidou or Persona 4 for that matter coming on PSN, he actually went into a thread and someone was talking about Digital Devil Saga coming on PSN and if that was possible, to which another person replied, "Oh, it's been known for a while that the PlayStation 3 PS2 emulator doesn't want to work with Digital Devil Saga. Ghostlight tried doing it with the European PSN and it just wasn't working. They're just not compatible." To which John Harden goes in and he posts an image of a guy kind of shrugging and the caption, "They're not compatible yet." So everyone immediately flipped a shit, like, oh god, what are they going to announce? Sure enough, few days, maybe even hours, I can't even remember the time difference between those two. Raidou 1 was announced for PS2, so, or as a PS2 classic. So, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, fun stuff there. Um, I really hope he continues messing around on r/MegaTen. He seems to be having a lot of fun. Everyone in the community is having a lot of fun with him, being there, just asking him random stuff, and it's good times all around. I've been having a blast. Um, another thing, this is kind of a side note, but um, on Facebook, Atlus USA, yeah, this is a dumb situation. I just want to talk about it real quick. On Facebook, Atlus USA posted a video of someone let's playing one of their horror games coming out. If I recall, it was Daylight.
Yes, Daylight.
Um,
I think it's a PS4, PS3 game, or PS4, Xbox One.
something like that.
Uh,
Here I have a picture that was kind of thrown around Twitter about is basically summing up the situation and Atlus's replies to it. I think Ted Justice or Teddy, as you might know him as, depending on
yeah,
where you go. I think he might have been the guy who made it. I'm not sure if he just
found it and boasted it.
yeah, I'm not sure if he found it and posted it or if he actually made it. Hey, Ted, if you're listening to this, please clarify below. Um, we would really appreciate it. But uh, everyone just kind of got a short chuckle out of the situation. But oh well, I guess I should explain who the Let's Player was. The Let's Player was PewDiePie.
Yes, PewDiePie.
So for those of you that aren't into the Let's Play community, he God, how should I put this?
You either like him or you hate him. There is no gray area. There's
Yeah,
no middle
well,
ground.
I will say that PewDiePie is kind of he is the Call of Duty of Let's Play channels, I guess. And that there's a lot of little kids that like him, and the occasional adult fan. But
He has a lot of female fans too.
yeah, I've
Every
noticed that.
female on my timeline likes PewDiePie.
Um, I've actually noticed that just like from what I've seen. Like apparently Tumblr really loves him too.
Yes.
But um, PewDiePie is actually I think he is the number one most subscribed person on YouTube. Naturally, okay, so to be fair, let's look at this from Atlus's perspective. The number one most subscribed person on YouTube,
It's playing their game.
yeah, that's the point where it's like, hey, this is awesome. Let's post about this on Facebook. Now, the other thing is that a lot of people that are into, I guess, Atlus's games tend to be the type of people that are more
That hate PewDiePie's guts.
yeah, to put it in other words, like usually, okay, so a lot of popular Let's Players, such as PewDiePie, there's a few others, they kind of go for more of like a screaming, vulgar, lowest common denominator type of entertainment. A lot,
The kind of entertainment that people with IQs less than 90
yeah,
laugh.
it's just something you kind of chuckle at because it's so ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
It's that type of thing. But I think generally the people that play Atlus's games are more
Or smarter than
well,
that.
well they want to play the stuff like or they want to watch the stuff that's more informative, you know, like the humor is a little more
The humor is a little more intellectual, and
yeah,
the information that they're getting is more
yeah.
substantive.
But to be fair, once again to Atlus USA and whoever runs their Facebook page, I'm not sure who does it. Like unless you're like really into the Let's Play scene thing, like they're not going to know that. They're just going to look and say, "Oh shit, it's the number one guy on our on YouTube. That's pretty awesome." So sure enough, a lot of people came out and freaked out on that list over Facebook.
Yeah.
They issued a lot of apologies, and they basically said, "Oh, we're sorry, guys. Clearly, there's a lot of people, or there's some people that you don't like us talking about. So please give us information about who you'd like to see covering our games and us posting about it." So I kind of think that the fans kind of flipped too much of a shit there. Like,
Yeah.
I will say I absolutely dislike PewDiePie. I think
Yeah, I don't like PewDiePie either.
he's a sign of a lot of things that is wrong with the YouTube scene.
Scene.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know, like I don't see that on Atlus USA's Facebook and go, "Oh, you're terrible," and all this stuff. Like I don't flip a shit about it. Like it's just like, "Oh, okay, that dude played their game," and you're like, it's just a marketing thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like people.
I don't know. If it was someone else other than PewDiePie, if it was like Angry Joe, everybody would like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like like if it was anyone other than PewDiePie, no one would have cared. But it's like, oh, it's PewDiePie, and everyone freaked out. Like, geez, like it was pretty ridiculous.
It was funny.
Like people got really upset, and it's like, dude, they posted about a let's play of an upcoming game. Like, calm down. So,
If it was, just imagine if PewDiePie was playing a Persona game.
uh, I don't think he'd get past the first couple minutes, but be too hard. Press turn is too much.
Yes.
Or the one more system rather. But
Pressing the A buttons too much.
so what was I gonna say? But like I feel bad for whoever was running Atlus USA's Facebook because I bet that like 24 hours was a living hell for them.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
that said, they covered the situation, reacted pretty well. So shout outs
Yeah.
to whoever the Atlus USA Facebook person is, who did a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job. It could have been a lot worse. They could have just said nothing, like the tales of Facebook.
Is that what they do? Just they don't respond when people get angry.
Yeah, they don't respond.
Uh,
They just ignore you and post something else. Like, I think like it was way back. Do you know who Filthy Rich is?
no.
He's the PR guy for like Double Helix now. He used to be part of Namco. He was like the Tekken and he was a Tekken player. Now he plays Killer Instinct. I think he still plays Tekken. He was even in
The
Snoop Dogg's.
Tekken PR guy right now is pretty much just Harada and his personal Twitter.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that? Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much just Harada. Anyway, Filthy Rich is the He was also in Snoop Dogg's Tekken music video called Knock 'Em Out. You know the one that had it was the one with Justin Wong in it too. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was godlike. But anyway,
Yeah,
he was
that fucking
running,
music video. Carry on.
he was running the Tails Facebook back then, and it was right around the time where Namco was going to try and give North America another chance at selling the Tales series. So they were promoting Tales of Grace's F, and like everyone started questioning about Tales of Vesperia on PS3, and we're gonna get that, and it just got worse and worse and worse until Filthy Rich was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not doing this anymore. Someone else do it, and he retreated to Twitter,
Oh man.
and that's where he stayed.
So I guess we should move on, but yeah, I do want to say Atlus's PR, Atlus USA's PR at least, been pretty good. I've
Yeah, I have no idea about Atlas Japan's PR, but it's probably just as insane as Atlas USA's.
yeah, well, all the Atlus people, I follow a few Atlus people on Twitter. It seems like all of them have to deal with crazy European fans that are like super antagonistic towards them. Like, I do want to point out, there's one thing between asking, hey, is there any news regarding Europe? Just like casually asking just to show that there's interest. It's another thing to like actually attack them.
Straight out to attack them and say Atlas hates Europe and all this other crazy stuff, because that's not going to get the games that you want over there.
That's not helping the situation.
Yeah, that's not helping. It's making it worse.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that just like straight up.
Even if you're just trying to be cute and troll just for the sake of, I'm just kidding. I'm not really. Still.
Well, yeah, like it's kind of a vicious cycle though, because it's like Atlus does something and the European fans aren't happy, so then the European fans are angry, and then that's kind of like a precedent for Atlus not caring about Europe as much. and then the European fans get angry, get like, it's a cycle. I don't know. It's definitely kind of a sticky situation, and I hope everything works out the best for everyone there. But there's a few European fans on Twitter that sometimes get outwardly antagonistic, I guess is the only way to describe it. Like, just if you're gonna ask about Europe, do it respectfully. Like, do it like you're talking to someone professionally. Like,
Yeah, do it till you're talking like a fucking human being.
yeah, like some people get pretty vulgar about European release stuff and get pretty upset about it. So yeah. Moving on though. Enough PR talk.
Oh yeah. Did you guys know that on April 1st, Atlus got a new logo?
Some people thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
That was funny, but actually, I think it's because I think that's kind of like the new fiscal year or quarter
Yeah,
or whatever.
April 1st is the new fiscal year, so a lot of business decisions and changes are made on April 1st.
So yeah, Atlas has a new logo. I'll pull it up on the screen right now. To which a lot of people had mixed reactions. Some people were like, "Yeah, it's better." I think most people just said, "It doesn't matter," or "It's okay." There are
There was a very vocal few who just hated it.
they were super upset about it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a logo. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the game themselves, like the games themselves. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I personally, I do like the older one better, but this one's okay. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I really think that's the only thing we can talk about with that. There's no.
It's the fact that oh yeah, also Atlas USA still hasn't changed all their logos on the website to the new logo yet.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I imagine that takes some time, actually. Oh, geez. Um,
Atlas Japan did it in like a few hours.
oh, also,
They were on it.
side note, I did this a few days ago. If any of you guys ever go on Atlas of Japan's website and then you go into the Shin Megami Tensei section, go to some of the SMT games, just like their own little sites, and then use Google Translate to translate the text on those. I think you can automatically do that through Google Chrome. I know. I'm pretty sure other browsers you have to actually manually do it. They're pretty hilarious. Like I was reading the SMT2 one the other day, and it was talking something about Gaian and Masayan Muslims and angry rioting and something. It was the best butchered way to obtain.
What are you talking about? That's literally the plot of SMT2.
All the Muslims involved with SMT2. Oh man, I just want to know. It's like I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be followers. I'm not sure how Google Translate got Muslims out of that. But yeah, it was fun stuff.
Also, if you go to Atlas Japan's website, Persona 1 and 2 aren't on the front page. SMT 1, 2, and IF are there.
I think that's because of the mobile versions, but that's actually kind of funny. Because, everyone makes the jokes that Persona 1 and 2 don't exist. I mean, a lot of people say that about SMT 1 and 2, but to a lesser extent, but that's pretty funny. Man, I'm still hoping.
Hey, at least they're there. But if the mobile versions are supposed to be there, like, why is Persona 3 Portable there? That came out before Persona 2 and Portable and Eternal Punishment, but those aren't even on the website.
Because Persona started at 3. Yuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's delisted. Actually, I wonder if it's delisted in Japan as well, or if it's just like a Western thing. I don't know. If anyone knows, comment below.
Yes.
We just say that when we're lazy assholes and don't want to look things up ourselves. It's easier that way. Anyways, going on. Well, this is a little weekly segment that we've been having as of late, just because Atlus keeps doing this. The Persona Q trailer of the week and our discussion of it. Well, actually, since we took a week break between seasons, we actually have 2 to talk about, or technically 3. The first week we need to cover is Kanji and Koromaru had their character trailers. I have nothing to say.
I haven't even noticed that Kanji never had his character trailer yet.
Like,
I thought he been had his trailer.
Like, the character trailers are so weird because it's like, yeah, that's pretty awesome, but then like you watch them and it's like, it's not really revealing much, but they're making me excited. Like it's almost like they're filler announcements. Like, here's this. Feel happy. Get excited about this thing. And it's like, yeah, I'm excited.
Please be excited.
I'm excited over this minute of footage. So I wonder what they're gonna do when they run out of characters. That'll be interesting.
I don't know.
Well, I guess they didn't have a character trailer this week. I think it was actually Thursday instead of Friday this time, which is odd. It might have been Friday, and I just don't remember. They had a battle trailer, and all it really was showing about a minute-long battle segment and just showing off how the combat system works, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Too bad none of the casual Persona players are going to play it.
Yeah, there's going to be... Man, I still imagine there's going to be so many people going into that game assuming it's going to be more like Persona 3 and 4, and then they're going to get entry in Odyssey, and they're going to be upset.
Yeah.
I hope that isn't a massive disappointment or backlash that people get.
And then all the reviews and game facts are just going to be 1 out of 10. First person, ew.
Game of FAQ's reviews are the best. They're so awful.
Yes.
Do you remember, I don't know, a few years back when Punch-Out came out for the Wii, because how Game of FAQs works for reviews is you submit it and a moderator looks it over and then they put it up, or whoever runs that. And people were starting to think that, because like a lot of like obvious troll reviews were coming up at the time, and they're like, okay, do the moderators actually even look over these? So this one guy made a Punch-Out review, and half of the review wasn't like an actual review that looked into the game. Halfway through, there was about like a paragraph worth of blank space, and then it was just an erotic story for like 3 pages. And it got posted on the site.
Wow.
And it was up for like 2 weeks before the mods noticed and put it down. It was the best. It was so funny. But yeah, Game of FAQ's reviews are funny. Oh geez. But yeah, that battle trailer was awesome. It looks like a pretty solid mix between Entry and Odyssey and Persona gameplay. We saw an all-out attack at the end.
And some people leveled up.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Also, the Persona 3 auto skill replacement thing is back. Like if an NPC character levels up, they're and they have too many skills, one of their skills will just replace it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Oh, and also one thing I wanted to bring up. Apparently, because at the start of the game we know that you either select the Persona 3 guy to be your main character, or you select the Persona 4 character to be your main character as you play through. The trailer for this was assuming that you picked the Persona 3 main character.
Yeah.
And I think they both have separate battle themes, but man, the Persona 3 character's battle theme is fucking great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think it might be my favorite Persona battle theme.
It's pretty good.
Wiping All Out is good too, but man, this is really good.
That Lotus Juice, man.
Oh, Lotus Juice is so great.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I can't wait for that game's OST to come out.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. In other Persona news, more on the fan base side of things. So, you may have heard of a other Megami Tensei related podcast, well, more specifically a Persona podcast, known as S-Link FM, that we talked to 2 weeks ago. Our arch rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty great. After we finished recording, we both, me and Katsu, combined our Kamehamehas, and then we shot them at the S-Link hosts, but they fired back and universes exploded. It was pretty amazing.
And then we had to gather the 7 magic Dragon Balls and wish it all back.
Mm-hmm. So we're still at a standstill. We might need to do a third crossover to finally decide the fate of 2 podcasts. Okay. Anyways, that went on. Anyways, so yeah, S-Link FM, cool guys. We've talked to them twice now for separate episodes. They decided to make a fake Persona 5 trailer as an April Fool's joke. And basically, it's parodying the fact that a lot of people want it to be a super dark and edgy game and all this other stuff. And they used footage from like Elfen Lied and Wolf Children, and It was the most ridiculous thing, but it had some pretty high production quality. So a lot of people
Yeah.
were fooled by it. A lot of people got
A lot of
super
people thought it
angry.
was real, and a lot of people got some people got frightened that it was gonna be super edgy.
Yeah, that
I
was
saw some
crazy.
tumble. I saw a Tumblr post about it. It was hilarious. Like this girl was like, "Oh my god, Persona 5 gonna be this dark and gritty? Oh no, I don't want it to be like this."
The,
And then she made a sad face, I had to reply to her. I reblogged and I told her it was an April Fool's joke, and she
oh
was like,
man,
"Oh,
that's so great. Okay, so well, actually, no, I want to before we talk about our involvement, which is actually very minor. Um, I don't know if this holds true as of right now, but a few days ago, if you went on that, if you went on the trailer and then you scrolled down to see the top comment, it was Sir Lionheart.
yeah, it was Sir Lionheart." If you guys don't know who that is, he's a YouTuber. He was on our podcast a few times. But yeah,
Yeah, he's been on twice to talk about stuff. Awesome dude. He let's plays games. I think he has let's played Persona 2 for Soul Hackers. He just finished recently, I think.
yeah.
Really cool dude. We've talked to him a lot. He's a funny guy. So Sir Lionheart's trolling like a motherfucker in this comment. And he just posts, "Game looks great. Can't wait to get the 3DS version." Oh man, I was dying. Oh man, but
I
that
was in stitches.
yeah, I know. Because then there's like a comment chain of people like, "No, that's Persona Q," and like all these people that couldn't tell he's being sarcastic. It's amazing. But yeah, I guess talking about our involvement with that, which is pretty much nothing. We didn't help out in the production or anything at all. Um, all well, I guess okay. So Levito and some of the other S-Link guys were talking about stuff on Twitter. And they're planning something, and it looked like they're
Yeah,
up to
they were up
no.
to something shady.
Yeah, they're up to no good. So when we had the podcast crossover thingy, a little bit afterwards, they're like, "Oh, we need to go do something." So we're gonna ditch the call. And I was like, "Oh, is this related to the Twitter thing that you guys are planning?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you'll see. Don't worry, you'll see." They're being really secretive about it.
Yeah, they were dodging.
Yeah, and you and I were like, "Oh, geez, you guys are up to something." And then I can't remember one of them. I think it was actually. I think it was Ron said, "Rasen, you'll know it's us as soon as you see it." And then immediately I go, "What the fuck could this be?" So sure enough, a few days before April Fools, Levito DMs me on Twitter and he is like, "Hey, this is what we're doing. Just want to ask you something about YouTube upload stuff, like." Because what they wanted is they wanted it to display April 1st as the date it was uploaded, of course, so everyone would, kind of see it was like if people looked back on it, they could tell it was an April Fool's joke. And he's
Yeah,
just like, "So can I make the video private and then just unlist it, or and then make it public, and will that show as April 1st?" And I'm like, "I don't think so." And I was just kind of trying to figure that out with him over Skype, and then I'm like, and then he's just like, "Okay, spread it around whenever it comes out. It'll be hilarious." I'm like, "Yeah." Then yeah, it happened. It launched, and everyone had their reactions, which was really funny.
it
Uh,
was even featured in an article on Kotaku.
and Destructoid, I
Yeah,
think was the other site. Good job, guys, on that. I'm sure you're listening. It was really funny, and I'm glad I was able to, because I saw it like a day or two early. I'm glad I was able to have that luxury. So good job, everyone involved. We've probably
yes,
talked about it long enough because I'd rather they talk about it because they were the ones that made it. Like we were
yeah,
just kind of on the sidelines along with everyone else, but I kind of got to see it early, so that was fun for me. Good job, guys, though. I think actually John Harden DM'd them or tweeted them a Raidou 1 PSN code for it because
wow, cool.
he
He was that
liked it or
impressed.
something. Yeah, which is really
He's like,
fun.
yeah, that's exactly what Persona 5 is going to be like.
Yeah, you guys made it. Yeah, he just contacts the Atlus USA people and makes it official. No, oh man.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, good job, S-Link guys, for that. That was really awesome. Uh, oh geez. Um, okay, so I guess we have two more news topics to talk about. So, Shin Megami Tensei 1. It's
yeah,
it's a game. A lot of people have tried getting into Shin Megami Tensei 1 because it's the earliest, I guess for an English-speaking Megami Tensei fan, it's the earliest you can go back um, in terms of the games as they were developed, like in development order. It's where a lot of the
Yeah.
plot elements of Megami Tensei games have come from. So it's pretty interesting from a historical perspective like that. A lot of people want to go back and play it. Uh, Sadly, there's a lot of people that can't quite stomach the gameplay, especially during the early fourth of the game or so. It's kind of grindy a little bit, and it's kind of hard to get into if you're not very familiar with first-person dungeon crawlers. So I I've talked about this a few times before. Um, I wanted to make a Let's Play of Shin Megami Tensei 1 for two reasons. One, I wanted it to be for the people that just straight up do not want to play the game but still want to experience it. And two, I want to make it for walkthrough purposes, I guess. So like if someone does want to play through it but they're intimidated by it, I want them to be able to play through it and just watch the videos and then say, okay, this is what I can do here, or they can figure out where to go next or how to defeat a boss, something like that. Because it is a game that I think people should play or at least give a shot. So that recently
Try at
started.
least once in their lives.
Yeah, so it recently started.
Yes.
There's 2 episodes up as of this recording. Uh, it's actually this is actually my 4th playthrough of this game. It's really odd playing through a game just casually, and then it's another thing to play a game knowing that you're like being recorded. You know what I mean? It's been a very fun
Yeah.
experience for me so far, though. I'm having a blast doing it. I really hope I can get some people to pick up SMT1. One thing I did get a private message or Twitter message, I can't remember anymore. Someone asked, because what we're doing is I am playing the SNES fan translated version of the game. Someone said, "Hey, can I watch this and have this guide me through the official iOS version that just came out recently?" And I said, "Absolutely. It's pretty much the same game."
iOS. Yeah.
Uh, I actually highly suggest that. The iOS version is easily the best version of the game for English speakers that they can get their hands on at the moment. So if you want to pick that up, but you want to walk through or something, I highly suggest you check out our Let's Play that we're doing. Um, yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of people that it's like, oh, I'll just download the SNES fan translated version, stuff like that. But I will admit that not only should I think you should support Atlus, but also it's just a better version overall. Like there's a lot of bullshit that the SNES version has that the iOS version got rid of, which I really like. I've been playing through that a lot whenever I have free time. But yeah, we're continuing with the Let's Play, and
Yeah, I get SMT1 on mobile, but no Android version.
oh, hopefully Atlas will get your back one day. Um,
Yeah.
you need to make your appearance yet in that Let's Play. Next episode, you and I will record.
Yeah.
You'll make your
All right.
Cathedral of Gaming debut. You're gonna be
Okay.
a star.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
Oh man. So yeah, that's been fun. Check that out if you're interested in Shin Megami Tensei 1. Check out the iOS version that came out recently. Good stuff. And then this is a side note and not related to Megami Tensei at all, but we both just really wanted to talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's like the holy Bible for us next to the Megami Tensei
Yeah.
franchise.
That's the other thing me and Katsu are both fucking nerds for.
Yeah.
So episode 1 of the second season of that came out for the anime, and it's really good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Everyone should check it out.
It's pretty much like you're watching a manga.
Yeah, it definitely. I'm not sure if it's just because they wanted to pump a lot of the budget into the first episode, but it looks a lot better than part 1 and 2, and part 1 and 2 already looked really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's happening, and also, so yeah, go watch season 2 of JoJo's. If you haven't seen season 1, watch that first. Reading the manga is optional. I'm
Yeah.
actually reading through it right now, and I actually prefer the manga, but to each their own. The anime is pretty good though. But in gaming
Yeah.
news, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is coming out on the 29th, and it's having a not a limited edition, but a very small printed run, and you can only get it through online retailers. You can only get it through Namco's site and through Amazon. I pre-ordered it on Amazon. I tried pre-ordering it on Namco's site, but they didn't like my personal information and mailing stuff, and they're like, "You don't exist." So I'm like, "Okay, fuck it. I'll just get it off Amazon."
Yeah,
I
you don't exist.
yeah, I wanted because what they're doing with it is that if you pre-order from either site, you get a different DLC character, and I wanted the guy that Namco was offering, but I had to go with Amazon, so that sucks. But I can just pay for him later,
Oh,
whenever.
well, the guy that Namco's offering will just later.
Yeah, probably. Um, but yeah, it looks really fun. And apparently, I just learned this literally before we started recording. Apparently, they're going to have a demo for the game up this Tuesday. So not only should you buy Persona 4 off of PSN, while you're there, download the JoJo's All-Star Battle demo.
Demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. And if anyone picks up the game, feel free to leave your PSN or something and send it to us, because I'm sure because I know Katsu, you and I are going to be playing the hell out of that when that comes out. We should totally play
Yeah,
with
I'll
that.
play the demo. But I can't afford the full game right now.
Oh man, are you going
Yeah,
to get
I'll
it
probably
eventually?
Yeah, I'm going to get it eventually. I just can't afford it right now.
Oh man, well, is it because you're buying Conception too?
Yeah, I'm buying 2 copies of Conception 2.
God damn it. Okay.
Not much of a tool.
Actually, if you want to talk about Conception 2, actually go ahead, because you seem to be having a lot of fun with that game. Why don't you talk about Conception 2 for a little bit?
At first, I didn't have fun with that game at all. It was because I was playing the 3DS version. The 3DS demo is not fun. But the Vita demo was what changed my mind about everything. Yeah, Conception 2 is actually a pretty fun game. It's fun and it's deep. There's a lot of mechanics to the battles. There's a lot of things you can do. It's kind of like Fire Emblem Awakening, where you know how in Fire Emblem Awakening when you marry someone, you get to recruit their child in battle and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And their child's skills and stats depend on the parents. Some parent combinations are good, some of them are really suboptimal, but hey, shipping wins out at the end anyway, because people don't like it when you bash their favorite ships just because it cripples their child. But that's another can of worms we're not going to open on this podcast. So yeah, there's a lot of depth with the classmating system. Some girls have good stats for certain classes, some girls do not. One of the girls, Chloe, she has really high luck and decent magic attack and magic defense, but she has terrible strength, so it's best for her to make magic children and not physical children like the swordist or the gunslinger. So, uh, so it's much better for her to make magic children, and her magic children will be stronger than, say, another girl's magic children she might specialize in tech, but she has terrible speed stats and not very good magic defense. So yeah, there's a lot of depth in that. My only complaint right now is just that the dungeons are very Persona 4-esque, meaning that they're not very interesting.
Hmm. So, you seem to have spent a lot of time getting into this game and its mechanics, huh? Just off the demos.
Yeah, just off the demos, like it's not a very difficult concept to learn. I mean,
Ah.
I pick up on things pretty fast naturally, so.
So, why are you buying 2 copies? Are there a lot of differences, or do you just want to kind of compare and contrast both of them?
I want to compare and contrast both of them, and one is because I want to do a Let's Play, and I just want another copy so I can just play casually and get trophies and platinum the game.
Ah, all right. So you're getting the 3DS version for the for the recording
Yeah.
side of things, and you get the Vita version to actually play it like
Yeah, to actually
casually.
play it and understand the mechanics even better. Because there is no like guides for this game at all. There's nothing.
Hmm.
Very few people have imported it because it didn't really sell a lot in Japan. So not a lot of people imported it. So there's little to no guides. There's no how to not screw over your children by classmating with the wrong girl.
Oh man, so yeah, Atlus USA has been advertising that game a lot, especially because it's coming out soon, like in a month or something, right?
It's coming out in 10 days.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow, that's coming up fast. No wonder they're talking about it so much. So yeah, another Atlus USA game, another Atlus USA RPG, I should say. Well, is it being published by them or did they also develop it?
It's being published by them. Spike Chunsoft is a developer. They developed Danganronpa as well.
Yeah,
Monokuma from Danganronpa appears in Conception Tune as the DLC boss.
really?
So yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get Monokuma.
But isn't
If we
that
can
from a
get,
different? Isn't but Atlus didn't publish that in
yeah, but it shouldn't be. It should be fine since Atlas USA and This America have worked together in the past. I mean,
yeah. Hopefully that
Atlas
comes out
USA
west.
brought over Disgaea. So yeah,
Is Monokuma only DLC in the Vita version, or is he also in the 3DS version? Do you know?
I think it's in both.
Ah, good stuff. I might pick that up whenever it goes down price. I don't think I want to buy it new, but it definitely looks like an interesting RPG. And
Yeah.
most stuff that Atlus supports,
Most
I
of the
can get
Atlas
behind.
supports this. Yeah.
Um, good company. So yeah, I guess that ends first segment. Let's get into some emails. I think we'll just do 5. Um,
Yeah.
wow, what a great way to start off season 2. So our first email is from Jack Frost. um, and
Jack Frost.
let's see. Oh well, actually, before we had there were questions that Jack Frost had asked that we just didn't get around to answering because he had asked a lot. So let's answer the ones that we didn't answer before.
Okay.
Um, would you love to see some SMT card games, and what do you think of that? There's one game called Card Summoner for the Game Boy, but it's not the same. I don't know because I don't really get into card games. Like
Yeah, I'm not really a card game type of guy.
I've tried getting into Magic through like the digital stuff that they have there, but like it seems kind of pay to winny, so I don't know. I like the concept of card games. It's the actual paying for and such that I
Yeah.
don't care about because a lot of
Card games
times
are insanely popular. Card games are insanely popular in Japan. I'm pretty sure a MegaTen card game will work well there.
yeah. Well, I think a lot of their mobile and social game release stuff they have that are Japan only are kind of like card games. I'm not entirely sure offhand.
Yeah, Square Enix's most profitable game in years is a card game on mobile.
Is it Triple Triad?
No, it's Million Arthur. If they made Triple Triad like a standalone game, that'd be it.
Have
Square
they
Enix has been
not?
saved. Nope.
Why the fuck haven't they? That's the best
I don't
idea.
know.
I
Why don't
would
they make
totally
Blitzball a
I
standalone
would
game?
totally pay $60 to to buy Triple Triad as a standalone thing. Um, anyways, what is the most annoying skill a demon can have in an SMT game? He says he's playing through Devil Survivor and Berserker plus Paladin Soul plus Endure is driving him insane. Oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. That shit is annoying.
Oh,
I guess Maka Beam from Strange Journey is the notorious one. Just makes you poor. Mm, actually, SMT1. They have the enemies that bind you, and it's the most annoying thing because if your entire party gets bound, you literally just have to walk around in the dungeon with like you can't do anything. It's terrible. Um,
that's
it's not great.
yeah.
Is there any that stick out to you, Katsu?
Um, probably. Hmm, nothing comes to mind. Like there wasn't really this one strategy that was just like, oh my god, are you serious?
Oh man. Okay. What is your favorite mythology that is represented in the game? What is your favorite demon from this mythology, and what demon would you like to see from it? that wasn't in the games. Personally, he likes the Egyptian mythology most, his favorite being Horus, and he'd love to see a Pep in a newer game. Oh, geez, I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, like I guess favorite mythology. I really like the Greek mythos just because it's so standard and classic, and I like seeing stuff from there. But I think that's been covered pretty well, so I don't know anything missing from that. Maybe like Typhon.
Mm,
Like I don't know if he's been in any of the games, but
I
uh,
don't know either.
what's your favorite mythology, or do you like them all pretty equally?
Guess it's the I'm not sure which one is it, Hinduism or Buddhism and Digital Devil Saga.
Oh
I
well,
think that was pretty.
they have a mix of both in there, but it's mostly Hindu.
Yeah,
Um,
but there isn't a particular demon that I'd want to add in there. I can't really think of one. They
uh,
kind of have them all in there.
yeah, that's true. One of the best things about SMT games is Demon Collection. He loves collecting things such as cards, Pokemon, Digimon, Souls. Oh man, he says he meant Dark Souls though. Anyways, uh, are you collectors by nature? It depends. The only thing I guess I could say I ever like want to collect, quote unquote, is something. Well, I guess I haven't really even done this for a while now, but if I would get into a game series that's kind of more story based, I would want to get every game in the series that was connected to the story, just so I could experience it fully. But I've kind of stopped doing that now as money has become a little more tight as I've
Yeah,
entered the insane world of college. So
I used to collect Pokemon cards as a kid, and then I bring them to school, and then we just steal each other's Pokemon cards. Now I don't do that anymore. I don't do a lot of collecting these days.
you mean you don't go into elementary schools and steal people's Pokemon cards? Because that'd
Yeah, I
just
don't
be
do that
mean.
anymore.
I don't think kids
Yeah, I don't.
even have I don't. I'm pretty sure kids don't even play with Pokemon cards anymore. That's
Yeah, they just mess around on their phones,
yeah,
on
that's what
their
I was about to say.
iPhones.
They're playing Candy Crush Saga. Ruined
Play
forever.
Candy Crush and Angry Birds, and like you got that one guy with Flappy Bird on his phone, and then everybody wants to play Flappy Bird, and he's like, no.
And everyone wants to buy his phone for like $10 because that's like $1 million when you're 5. Um,
Yeah,
oh man, that's 40 gumballs. Anyways,
yeah.
Sega has been releasing some of their games on Steam. Can you see a PC SMT game on Steam in the near future? Um, no.
But we already had a PC SMT game. It was Imagine.
He actually says in parentheses, "Let's not talk about Imagine." So
Oh,
Jack Frost is one
um,
step above you. Um, I
no, I don't.
think
I
we'll
can't
see.
really. Yeah, I can't really see it.
Well, the reason for this is PC gamers aren't generally interested in Japanese role-playing games. Uh, or I guess a lot of Japanese games in general don't always do the best on PC. There was a reason Metal Gear Rising took forever to come out on PC. It's because a lot of Japanese developers just don't want to mess with the PC scene.
Yeah, and also the fact that Atlus usually follows what their fan base in Japan wants.
And none of them are on PC.
Yeah, none of them are on PC.
Well, like, I guess really the JRPGs on Steam haven't even really been that big. The only two that come to mind is Square Enix released Final Fantasy 7 and 8, and I mean those are Final Fantasy. Like they're gonna sell
Yeah,
no matter what they're on. So of course those sold like hotcakes. Apparently, I think moving from RPGs to fighters though, because fighters are also that other. It's the other genre that are almost never on PC. Like I think BlazBlue Calamity Trigger got re-released on Steam,
yeah.
and that actually did fairly well. So maybe things are changing, but
Yeah.
I
But
don't see
people have
it for
like
a couple
PC
years.
players had no idea how to play fighting games. Like remember when Skullgirls came out on PS
Yeah,
not on PS on
on PC.
Steam and then like so many people were like, how do you play this game? Where are these notations? I don't understand. I'm deleting this.
Oh crap! I was about to shout out the dude on Twitter that gave me my Skullgirls PC beta key. I forgot his name though. I'm a dick. It wasn't even like he gave it to me. I don't feel bad then because uh he was just tweeting out codes and I was just refreshing like a motherfucker. Like it was 1 in the morning. I was refreshing like a motherfucker, and he posted one. I'm like, type in key, and then I got it.
Mine.
Yes, I got the key. I was so hyped. Um, and I played Skullgirls for the beta for a little while. I actually don't care for Skullgirls that much. It's a good game. It's just not for me. But
Me
yeah,
neither.
I just remember a lot of PC players in that beta that have no idea how the fuck they were supposed to quarter circle or anything. It was hilarious. I kicked all the
Yeah.
asses.
What's a quarter circle?
Wait, you mean I need to do these inputs? Why can't I just hit the E key? Um,
Yes.
oh man. Um, yeah, but as for right now, I don't see SMT on Steam for quite a while. Last question. An SMT FPS has been brought up a few times on COS, but not really discussed as far as he can remember. How would you imagine an SMT FPS to be like, including gameplay, integration of spellcasting, and whether or not you'd be able to collect demons? Um, Well, in my opinion, I don't think if there was an FPS, I don't think they'd have demon collecting.
Yeah, you just be shooting demons in the head.
Uh, and I think actually they could pull it off if they did it like Doom.
Yeah, I think Atlas US, not Atlas US, Atlas in general. I think they make a pretty good FPS if they tried.
I don't know how much experience they've really had with that, or if they've had any, but I think they can do it. Just make it like Doom, make it kind of horror-y, and make the enemies really horrifying and creepy. And then, I mean, you have Kaneko designs, so of course. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
make it
comic book designs. Just have like Mara appear out of the shadows.
just make it more kind of like make it like Doom, but with SMT demons, and you pretty much have an SMT FPS that probably is going to be amazing. So, and then as far as spellcasting goes, they could probably have like instead of grenades, you could have spells, and then you
Yeah.
have four different elements. Maybe you get a little bit of health back, or maybe you get more ammo or something if you exploit an enemy's weakness. Who knows?
Yeah. It would be like press turn, except it's bullet turn.
Be full time, real time. Yeah, fuck. It'd be real time press turn
Yes.
in first person. Um, okay, well that's it for Jack Frost's email. Man, that's the first
Okay.
email in COS history where I've had to take 2 episodes to respond to. This one is from Andrew. Oh, thanks, Jack Frost, by the way. Oh, also, one thing I do want to point out real quick is we have a lot of people that email us, so if we don't answer your email in like a month or so, that's normal. Usually it's like
Yeah.
a month or maybe even a month and a half before we respond. Sometimes we do email or mailbag episodes where we just read the entirety of our emails and just
Yeah,
clear
we
it
just
out.
empty the mailbag, clear it out, and then people just send us more, and then it
Yeah,
fills up again.
yeah. Usually mailbags aren't really the most successful because usually what happens is we clear out the questions and then everyone that had their question answered just emails again with a second question. So, oh, I love you guys.
Yes.
Um,
It's a vicious cycle.
yeah. Okay. So thanks, Jack Frost. So second email is from Andrew. He says, "Which route in Devil Survivor 2 did you agree the most with?" Um,
Mm.
I there's two. I'd say the first one is Daichi Triumphant Restorer ending because
Yeah, I
that's
agree
easily
with
the
that one.
best one. Uh, the Anguished one route is pretty cool too.
Yeah. Though those are the two routes that I liked. Anguish one and Daichi route.
Yeah. I think those are generally the most well received. Well, Anguish one route is, I think, a little more ambiguous because it's kind of just humanity has a new god watching over them now, and
Yeah.
they're kind of free to do whatever they want. But that could kind of be bad too if humanity starts being bad. But who knows?
They can manipulate the world as they see fit. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah. Oh, geez. And then also he says, not an SMT question, but have you heard of a PS1 title called LSD, the Dream Emulator? This is actually an interesting question because I forgot that we had this email question lined up, and I talked about LSD, the Dream Emulator, during the S-Link FM crossover. So, yeah, I've played that game. It's really fucking weird. Me and Sparky have been debating doing something with that for a while now, just recording it, and it's just such a weird game. Um, so yeah, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah.
This one's from Yamato Takeru. And he says, since he can't think of an original question, he doesn't think this has been asked yet. What are your top 3 SMT games? His are SMT4, Raidou 2, and DDS 1/2.
Oh, mine are Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2. I like 2 slightly more than 1, but that's because 2 is pretty much how everything ends.
Yeah.
And third would have to be Devil Survivor 2.
He included in his top 3 DDS 1 and 2 as one full game, so maybe.
I included as 2 separate games.
Oh, okay. Wow, you got your way out of that one good. Okay, so for me, my first is probably SMT1. Oh wait, no, sorry. So my first is Devil Survivor 2. I think everyone did a spit take when they heard that come out of my mouth because I'm the resident Devil Survivor 2 fanboy. Yeah, no, Devil Survivor 2, and then SMT1, and then Persona 3.
Persona.
I think Persona 3 mostly because it was what got me into MegaTen, so I think I'm kind of attached to that one more so, but I don't know. I really like that game. So
If I had to combine Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2 as one game, I'd probably put Persona 3 Portable as my third.
that female route. And
Yeah, the
party
female route is good.
It
Yeah,
is.
and controlling party members in the female route is pretty good.
And then also he says this picture is perfect. It features Dante from DMC Devil May Cry, so I'll pull that up for your viewing pleasure. Anyways, thank you, Yamato Takeru. We're going to go with 2 more questions.
Okay.
God damn it. This is from Decarabia, and she asks, okay, Raisin-chan, very serious.
What is she?
She wants this. Okay, so her email question is, okay, Raisin-chan, very serious question, tits or ass?
Well, what's your preference, buddy?
Well, no matter how I respond, people are gonna judge me. Fuck it, ass. All the way.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Got
Some
another.
people are terrible.
Hey, man, I'm an ass man, too. Don't worry about
There we
it.
go, okay.
Cathedral of Shadows confirmed the ass man.
So this is from Fang, and he says, how would you feel about SMT visual novels starring Jack Frost in in dirty situations with female demons? God damn it. This is what happens when the DDS Net Skype group sends us email questions all at once. Yeah, let's not ever have that happen, because no.
It'd be a 10 out of 10 game. It'd be movie like visual novel of the year.
So this is the okay, just one more. This is the last email from the damn DDSNet Skype group hijacking of the Cathedral of Shadows email account. This is from Dragard, and he asks when is Rasen going to propose to Catsup? He thinks Catsup wants the senpai to notice him. I don't know. Probably never.
No, yeah, never.
So yeah, thanks Dragard. God damn it, you DDSNet people. Whew. Okay, so yeah, that wraps it up for first episode season 2. I hope you guys like it. Like I said before, if you want to get someone into COS, this is probably the perfect time to get on that, because we're making it more accessible than ever.
Yeah, we're gonna make it accessible, easier, and a lot less edgy.
Super casual.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna have everything linked below, and probably new opening and intro theme. So yeah, see you guys.
Bye.